That was such a disturbing scene. I was just immediately disturbed.
Yeah.
And she's being chased. She has the arrow through, and then the dogs eat her up. That was disgusting,
It's a pure
man.
nightmare where she's just like in the ravine, and you see the two dogs. Like I've had nightmares like that with some wild animals.
Where your miniature poodle is chasing you and then eats your face off.
And I'm just running and trying to get away, and I can't look back because if I look back, then he's going to get me. I just have to focus on getting ahead because any look back is going to spare me milliseconds that could be spent focusing on the front.
You trip in a creek and you pause for a moment and you hear like a little yapping in the back in the distance. Oh, he's getting closer. Oh God! Keep moving, Oxnard.
Hey, welcome. I'm Oxnard.
Dexter. I'm Batman.
Boss.
Special guest Batman.
Episode 3, Season 4 of Game of Thrones, Breaker of Chains. Here we go.
Let's just delve right in.
Overall, what did you think, Dexter?
I liked it a lot. It was a very it went by very quickly for me this episode. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
there was a lot of stuff.
I liked it, but I wouldn't say I liked it a lot. I thought, a decent episode, but past 2 episodes have been so amazing that.
Well, look, now there's gonna be a little lull here because there was craziness last episode, so you can't just maintain that craziness.
Oh man, why not? Think it'd get old after a while?
They should resurrect Joffrey and then kill him again. I spilled my drink on my leg.
You peed yourself, didn't you?
No, it's my drink.
Episode opens up, Purple Wedding, the aftermath. Danto, Sansa, running. Gotta get out of that city, man.
Gotta get out.
Run down this little alleyways before anyone even notices. Everyone's focused on Tyrion there, who's lifting the cup. Everyone's angry. Everyone's confused. So
Cersei's
Danto's
screaming.
Even though he's a drunk and he's a fool, according to Littlefinger, who we meet later.
Spoiler.
Spoiler for the episode you're listening to the review for.
Maybe people like to know what we think
They get
first.
into a little boat and row their way to freedom.
Row, Dantos. Row your fat drunken arms.
To a really creepy-looking pirate ghost boat.
The Black Pearl basically comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Rush is there with a pirate accent. I wish somebody said ahoy.
Wait, you say Jeffrey Rush is there?
I was making a joke about...
What is that from?
That's the Black Pearl is from Pirates of the Caribbean, starring Jeffrey Rush, who is the captain of the Black Pearl.
I was thinking
movie.
of Lost.
Thinking of Lost?
Yeah, what was the name of the ship in Lost? That's in the middle of the jungle?
Yeah, the old slave
Rock?
ship. The Black Rock, I think.
Black
Yeah,
Rock,
I think you're right.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Too many boats named Black.
Too many boats that start with...
Too many.
And they both start with B. Forget it.
God.
Just give up.
And so Sir Dantos, who was slowly
Bites the
becoming
dust.
my least favorite character.
Slowly becoming? So you liked him then?
He was like...
Is that what that... So you did like him?
Out of all,
Because
how many characters would you
like
say there
Tyrion
are?
is really slowly becoming my least favorite character.
Right.
Which means I like him
Let's say
a lot.
there's like 122 characters. He was like the 120...
So he
first.
was... So he never got... He was... He immediately became...
He would have been the last favorite, but before him was, I don't know...
the guy and his son who were like potatoes at the
that
same
guy,
time.
Sure. That guy deserved it. He's way too happy about potatoes.
It was like too sitcom-y, that moment for me. I almost was glad that he got an arrow through the face.
The potato family.
Let me guess what she's boiling. Potatoes! Canned laughter comes in.
Yeah, so Littlefinger, he tells Sansa, look,
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
First of all.
Yeah, and also, I set the whole thing up. Don't worry about him. She's like, he saved me. And then he takes the necklace, he smashes it.
Yeah. Well, that was cool, too, like, because he was like, oh, you want your gold? And he goes to the guy, here's your gold. And it's 2 guys with crossbows. And that's what Sansa's... Yeah. That's what we're talking about there.
I thought it would have been funny if he drops, like, a huge bag of gold and it just goes right through the boat.
Honestly?
And he's just there sinking. And
I
then
honestly
he's going to drown.
I honestly thought that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was waiting for them to be like start dumping heavy gold bars on him, and he's like a drunken fool. So he like gets clonked on the head.
Yeah.
He drowns like a hole in the rowboat, and he basically just
or like a
boat
gold
sinks.
cannonball, and they really throw it down hard, and and it's fitting.
He's like, we got your gold. I'm gonna shower it down onto you, and he just starts peeing on him. Golden shower.
Yeah, I like that opening. It was a good opening. It's creepy.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And you're not laughing at my golden shower joke, which I don't understand because that was really funny.
Golden shower.
Yeah. That's better. I like that.
Dexter.
He must be dehydrated.
Moving on to Marjorie scenes. Marjorie's like, am I the queen now? And she's like, no, you're not. Basically,
And she's like, and count yourself lucky.
yeah. She
Could have been married to that maniac.
And Marjorie's like, my first husband preferred company of men. This one preferred torturing small animals.
Yeah.
And,
I think I would like Lady Tyrell or Grandma Tyrell better. She was like a chain smoker. Like, no, you're not the queen.
She's a chain smoker from Staten Island.
I think she could
And
be, but
she's just got like a big, long, like Gandalf-esque pipe in her mouth all the time.
like huge.
Don't worry about it, hon. Believe me, that guy who's he was fucking Ugats. You don't want to be with that.
Didn't they have,
I don't know why. It'd be funny.
didn't they
Sorry,
have
dog, coughing up a lunga.
in the book, didn't some of the soldiers, like, especially at the wall, they chew it on this thing called baka or something?
No, it was something called some kind of leaf.
Or toba or something? It was
I think it was
meant-
sour leaf, wasn't it? And turn their teeth like red,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You saw, like, I remember a lot of innkeepers, I think, did that. I think I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't jump ahead too far. But I think you see characters like at inns and things like that do.
Okay.
They introduce this kind of thing. It's like a leaf, kind of like, I guess, like a tobacco, but you chew it. I think it's called like sour leaf or something. Someone will correct me.
Kind of like what we do before our reviews.
Yeah, we just eat a bunch of mushrooms and we get naked, sit outside.
And expand their brains and enter other realms and talk to elves. And they give us ideas for our reviews. Okay,
Yeah.
Cersei.
Then we draw some cartoons about it.
So now Tommen finally gets some lines.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we see,
Tommen. Poor
the,
Tommen.
The corpse of...
Man, let me just say, this was really off-putting, this whole scene.
And I thought it was
because-
hilarious, by the way.
Did you? Well, hold on. Let's get to it here. So basically,
Well-
they're at Joffrey's...
We'll explain why Boss found this
They're at
hilarious,
the-
because I know why you're disturbed by what he said. Is because before,
I wasn't here when you guys watched it.
We
this
were
scene
watching
together.
the scene as Tywin is there. He's asking Tommen, like...
What makes a good king and all
and
that
then
stuff.
everything Tommen says, he explains, like, what was the first one? It was like, bravery.
No.
What is it?
No, holiness.
Holiness.
He says first.
Holiness. And then he was like,
The guy, he believed all these crazy things. He starved himself to death because food was of this earth, and this earth is filled with sin.
And then he's
the
like,
next one
bravery.
was,
And he's like,
yeah, no, it was what the hell?
Duty or loyal?
justice.
Justice, and then the last one was strength.
Yes, and so with everything, so me and Boss were joking around, like, that goes on for like an hour. And so he starts saying ridiculous things.
episode.
And so I was like, what makes a good king? Punctuality. Punctuality, you say? King Laurel was punctual for his own demise.
for his own funeral.
Humor? King Fargus choked on his own tongue laughing.
Yeah, so stuff just and it just goes on and on.
That's hilarious. Artisticness? Ha!
King Painty, the 12th.
Painted his own death and then committed it. What?
Basically, we're seeing here Tywin is trying to not manipulate Tommen, but he does understand Tommen is this guy you can't kind of guide. Basically,
Oh,
he
yeah,
can
he's
establish
malleable.
a puppet regime and run it from behind the scenes.
It's basically what he was already doing, but Tommen is not the type that's going to put up the same resistance that Joffrey did. I also like that all this happened over the corpse of Joffrey.
Yes,
And in front of Cersei, who did not enjoy any of it.
so that's like a dummy that they made of Joffrey, right?
No, I don't think so.
You think the actual actor is sitting there?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
You don't think
That's
a
not...
dummy?
I don't know. That's maybe for some scenes. I mean, he might not... He's obviously not even here for some of these shots, but... I mean, it's definitely not a dummy for those close-ups and everything. That's not a dummy.
Okay.
You have them and say, "Oh, okay, we got to do Destiny." Just lay there with the things on your eyes. That's it.
All right.
I don't know. You may be right,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
but you may be wrong.
Okay, I wanted to
That's
talk
not
about
right.
this. Jamie, now at this point in the book, this is where Jamie had
Yeah, so
come
this
back.
gets weird here now
So-
after what we just talked about.
They get back together in the book, and because they've been away from each other so long, in a fit of passion, they do engage in sex. But from my understanding in the book, it was very consensual.
And it was not at the base of the...
It was. It was actually.
that was in the book. It was
Yeah, it was right in the
on
crypt.
Joffrey.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You
at
don't
all,
remember
then.
that?
No, that's why I thought this was so weird, because this made no sense to me, because I didn't think that they did that at all. And from what I just remember from the book, when Jamie comes back, there's like this distance that's between them, which they started to show But Cersei had already been through a lot more. Joffrey had died already when Jaime returns, and then that added to that distance. But Jaime had he knew there's something different. It wasn't the same. The relation wasn't the same, and he didn't express the same interest. That's what I remember from the book. So I think I completely forgot about that thing in the book, even.
Yeah, so I don't
that
like
they
Jaime
did it in
anymore,
there.
is what I'm getting to.
Well, no, I mean, it's
just not
it's hard to like him still, which is a shame. But I mean, he raped his sister on the floor
weird.
while their dead son laid above them.
It was weird
with
in the
these
book.
weird. You know what was weird to me? Sorry, I cut you off there, but shut up. Let me talk. And what happened? He's got these weird, the rock eyes on, and it was just weird. Like it was watching them. It was so bizarre to me. Like I thought I liked that was going on though. Well, they start doing it first before he pins her to the floor. He's got her up against the coffin thing, and you can just see these fake eyes staring at them. It was really weird. Anyway, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, it was weird in the book, but now this is even doubly weird because now it's like
Doubly.
a rape right there.
Doubly weird. That's what it sounds. I like that word, doubly.
All right, hold on.
Could name a person that. Doubly Winfred.
And since we're still on Tywin had something to do with this, let's move on to his other scene where he confronts Oberyn. Who,
oh my God, what an incredible scene that was. Guillermo. Everything Guillermo wanted to be.
In our D&D game is everything that Oberyn is. So they're having an orgy there.
Wait, was that an orgy?
Yeah.
It was a 5-way.
that I think if you have more than 4, it's an orgy.
All right.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
What about you fellas?
Sounds accurate.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I've called it. Whenever I've had one, it's more than 4. That's what we say. Yeah, we're definitely having an orgy right now, Dexter.
It's not just swinging.
Yeah.
4 is swinging.
Yeah.
5's an orgy.
Don't invite me to those anymore.
4 is just
That was
wife
weird.
swapping,
Right.
Because it's just 2 guys. Unless it's 3 guys, 3 girls and 1 guy, or 3 guys and 1 girl. It could be that too, but that's weird.
Could still be swapping.
Yeah. Anyway,
So Tywin.
what were we talking about?
Tywin.
Well, so Tywin goes into the orgy, asks to speak to Prince Oberyn. Oh, well, first, Prince Oberyn's giving his philosophy on lovemaking and warfare, and which makes sense. He says he fights for Dorne, but then he doesn't choose a side. That's why he's telling the guy that he was sleeping with, why he prefers both men and women. He can't decide. He likes both. And he gives that guy a hearty slap on the behind. But then Tywin comes in, and they're talking about what happened. I just like the whole scene. Oberyn's so cool. He's talking about how he knew he was poisoned, and first Tywin's accusing him, maybe, giving him a little bit of an interrogation, kind of feeling it out.
See if he had anything to do.
But he
with
knows.
some sort of
He already
involvement
knows.
with,
You can tell the way he's talking to him that he didn't. I don't even necessarily know if Tywin believes that Tyrion did it. You don't really get any sense of that yet. Tywin's just kind of going about the normal business for what has to be done about this. But basically, he's taking advantage. Again, you see him take advantage of the situation with Tommen, right there over Joffrey's body, and then he just moves right along, and he's going to try and take advantage of the situation now and bring Dorne back into the fold, to use his words, and he wants him to be one of the judges. So Tywin wants Oberyn to be one of the judges.
Well, first Oberyn says, tells him about the mountain and how
I forgot.
Bring justice to him if he agrees to be a judge, and then he also offers him a seat on the King's Council after that whole thing.
Oh, and they talk about... and then Oberyn starts grilling him back, Tywin back, about whether or not he was involved with the death of his sister, because the mountain was his man. So
Right.
that was interesting, too.
And Tywin says, look, he may be under my control, but when he's on his own,
Yeah. I didn't give the order. That's all he's going to say. I didn't tell him to do nothing.
All right. So what does he say? I wholeheartedly...
So you deny it categorically.
Categorically, yes. All right. Hound and Aria.
I thought this was funny because it just all of a sudden these guys just watching them.
Yeah, they just sort of appear there. It seems like they had been there the whole time. They don't show them.
Bad
pulling
luck
up.
for them.
They don't hear them
Yeah.
come up on the thing. And first they're talking. What are they talking about at first?
They're saying I'm taking you to wherever, the Eyrie, and then they're not sure where they are. Then, I don't know, I can't even remember what they were talking about, but then this guy and his daughter are over the bridge watching them. Arya basically apologizes that they're on their land. They're just watering the horses. They're moving on their way. Says
Claims
the
that
Hound is her father. Yeah. And so then the guy
She does
is
a little
like,
gamble where he asks her, like, what house did you fight for? And so she thinks for a second, and it's like,
House Tully
House Tully.
of River Run.
And he's like, okay, we have a place for you to stay and stuff.
Yeah.
And then this great scene where they're praying.
At the dinner table,
Hound
they're
and
saying
Aria
some
just,
grace.
like, staring at pretty gross-looking
Slop.
rabbit stew. But I guess, when you're starving, everything, it might smell really good or something, but...
It looks like just shit in a bucket.
Yeah, so anyway, rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. They dump it into their bowls, and they start drinking
Just
it like...
slurping it up.
The milk after eating cereal. And and the guys are just there, like, watching them.
Anyway, basically the guy's like, hey, Hound, you look like a toughie. Why don't you stay here with us and help us out in case some other ruffians come by?
Right.
And he's like, oh, sure, what do you pay? And he's like, oh, I got some silver tucked away somewhere. And then the next morning, the Hound's like, give her that silver. Boom, boom, bam.
He
beats
mugs
him up.
Yeah.
Takes the silver. Arya's like, you shit. Why'd you do
biggest
that?
shit in
You're the
Westeros.
Yeah, and the Seven Kingdoms. And then he's just saying, like, he's got like a real Heart of Darkness kind of thing going on, the Hound, because he's just like, I'm not, there's plenty worse than me. I just know what it's like. I just know how it is. He just sees the big picture.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, this is the world.
Yeah,
and
he
so
knows how
I'm
it
living
works.
in it. That's all.
Yeah, you might as well take it before some other jerk does.
Well, that's what he was saying, too. He's like, these people, they're going to be dead by winter. They don't need the silver. The guy's he's a nice guy. His daughter makes good stew, but they're weak. They're going to get killed. They're too nice. They're going to be dead by winter. Something bad's going to happen, so that why let them have the silver? Might as well be his. He can use it. They can't.
Were you getting hungry watching them eat? I was getting kind of hungry.
The Hound basically has to eat in every episode, and if he doesn't, he kills people. and then he eats.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. He's going to get his food. He eats a lot. There's the other episode where he's eating the pig's noses or the pig's feet.
Pig's feet. I remember, yeah.
Yeah. This guy is insatiable.
Well, look, he's gigantic. And
Yeah, he
he's
burns a
gotta
lot of...
stink.
I mean, he's...
gotta
Oh my
smell
God.
so bad under
and he
that
never
armor.
takes the armor off. Can you imagine what it's like under that breastplate?
He's gonna take it off like a month from now. It's just gonna be... it's just gonna be green smoke coming
And
out.
he's like, there's something special about the armor. His body's like a withered skeleton. he's like totally atrophied. It's like
the
some
Batman
technological
costume,
wonder
and
of
he's
Westeros.
Gonna start talking like, oh, it's good to get this off.
Oh boy, what a great day! It's like
Cunts.
Rocco. God, nobody names their bloody swords but cunts. Where's
your
the chickens? I love a good chicken. I'm gonna beat somebody up if I don't get one. Man, sounds like a.
We were also joking around like the little kid that this guy's daughter who made the rabbit stew. Like she never talks because she might have like a horrible squeaky voice. I made that rabbit soup. I did. I does.
Yeah. I'll take a nice compliment now, you bastard. I'm a bloody rabbit soup. You didn't say nothing about it.
Take me daddy's coin.
Bloody hell! This guy fucking stinks, he does. Something really... It's like the most absurd character in the entire
Just gets
series.
squeakier
Is this guy's
and
daughter.
squeakier.
More offensive, more cartoonish.
Is how he uses.
Shut up! Shut up! I will hit you in the face with my fist!
I am the Hound.
That's the Hound. I was thinking that's the dad.
Hound this.
I'm Aria.
Arya just goes, I'm Arya. Did you guys forget? In the background. I'm Arya.
All right.
Okay,
So,
wow.
we go to the wall now. Sam and Gilly. Gilly's back for the first time.
Boss didn't
this
care for these
season.
scenes.
Yeah, boss thought it was boring, but
Except for Batman.
Let's put that into context for people, maybe.
So Sam
otherwise
is
you just sound like a
concerned
crazy
for the
person.
welfare of Gilly and her baby because, it's a bunch of guys here.
And Gilly just looks like we were joking. She just looks like she's taking feathers from a pillow and stuffing them into
her job
another
is
pillow.
to remove feathers from one pillow and put it into another.
And then she just takes the completed pillow, moves it to the other side, and starts the whole process over again.
Just busy work to keep her busy.
It's endless.
And then
until she gets raped. Raper.
Right.
Ninth born son. Raper.
Which I was like, didn't we take a vow to forget all our past titles and our everything? And this guy's walking around announcing to everyone what they did to get there. I was
Apparently.
like, it's not very fair. Gilly gives Sam a look that's kind of like, oh, you care about me? And for a second there, it looks like she kind of looks away, and then they cut to Sam, and behind them was a shadow, which is what me and Boss were laughing at. It looked like Batman was there for a split second. And he was going to
The Dark Knight is a huge fan of Game of Thrones. He had to get a cameo in. Nobody even noticed. That's how good he is.
That's my theory. Batman is in every scene. You just never see him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see him.
If you're lucky, you can catch like a gleam in his eye, like just from the darkness. You see like like when you see a cat, like standing on the side of the road when you're driving, you just see the eyes.
Yeah,
that's like Batman.
The Battle of Blackwater Bay, I saw a Batarang go by.
Oh, did you? And why do you think? The Batman is even up at the wall? Because why else would it be so cold? Mr. Freeze is obviously up at the wall. Why? It's the perfect environment for him to hide out.
Yeah,
it's perfectly cold for him.
Punches Sam.
He doesn't
in the
need a
face
special suit.
Like, take that, penguin.
Yeah, the penguin's
Sam's
also
penguin.
there.
All right.
Then Sam dumps her in like a fucking dump. If I were her, I'd rather be at the other place getting possibly, with the chance of getting raped. I'd rather take my chances at Castle Black. If I was Gilly, I'd rather take my chance at Castle Black. That place was horrible in the town. Horrible.
He would rather she be surrounded by women.
Also, it looked way more unsafe there than it did at Castle Black because this woman immediately hated her because she was a wildling. Now she's stuck there alone without Sam anywhere nearby with the baby. These women are obviously going to try and make her a whore because they were floating that idea by, and he had to kind of restate what she'll be doing there and say on no account is she going to be doing any of that business. But I felt like much more nervous for Gilly at that place in Multown than I did for her at Castle Black.
At the Castle Black, where an invasion is imminent and she's surrounded by people who are dangerous? Wouldn't you think you want to just
I forgot. I wasn't thinking about the invasion. I wasn't thinking about the invasion, but just when you look at the place that she's getting dumped at,
I'm just trying to think from Sam's
with the
point of
baby,
view.
I'd be like, oh my god.
Sam is just trying to do the right thing for her and the baby.
No, I understand what Sam's thought process is. I'm just saying when you see the place, I felt horrible for Gilly. And I would have been like, just take me back to the castle with the rapers. I'll take my chances with them.
All right, so then we get to Davos and Stannis. They're discussing Joffrey's death. They just received word. Stannis is trying to figure out, have you found me an army yet? We got to get this throne. There's our chance. Also, you sent away the Baratheon's bastard.
Yeah, bastard.
And Davos is saying, I got this group, this house. And he's saying, they don't have enough to raid a pantry.
Yeah. We can even get a good panty raid going with that. Then basically... he's like, we're running out of time. I'm running out of time. That means you're running out of time, buddy. And then Davos goes to Stannis' daughter, who's giving him the reading lessons, and she's giving him a hard time because she's just like her old man. Yeah. And they're talking about how he was a smuggler, and he's reading this book about the Bravosi swordsman. And then he has a thought. Ding! Light bulb. And he's like, take a memo. And she writes this letter that to the Iron Bank. Because Davos has a little scheme going up his sleeves. And,
Boss, what do you think his scheme is?
Well, it's going to a girl, the letter.
Is it?
He said her or something, I thought.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought he said something about a her. I don't know.
No, he's just... No, he didn't say anything about a her, I don't think. He said to the Iron Bank. He starts talking about Stannis and, what his titles are. And then she says, you're not, you're writing this letter for him. And it's like, oh, it has to be done this way or whatever. And then that's it. There's no her mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, then we get to the scene with Tyrion and Pod.
Oh, yes. That's right. Tyrion in the cell.
So Tyrion, he's been locked up, accused, wrongfully, in my eyes.
Podrick Payne comes.
Mm-hmm. He makes a funny observation, if I was going to have him killed, I wouldn't just, keep myself there with my... hanging around with my mouth open.
Yeah, looking like a fool.
What kind of an idiot assassin would I be?
And Pod has snuck some little amenities in for him. And
duck sausage, hard cheese, which he then
quill,
sits
parchment.
upon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just like, all right, let's have a sit down. I'll sit on your cheese now. And soften it up. It was very hard cheese. Got to soften it for him. But... they're talking about who he gets to testify. They're saying, oh, Sansa's gone, Tyrion finds out, but he doesn't actually believe that she was capable of being an assassin.
Right.
And You find out that Varys has already been called to testify for the other side, and you find out that Oberyn is going to be one of the judges. And Tyrion also finds out from Pod that Pod was approached by somebody saying that if he testifies against Tyrion, he'll be Sir Podrick Payne.
Sir Podrick Payne.
And Sir Pee-Pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pun somewhere in there. It's like this. They're doing something, but I couldn't figure it out.
And then he basically says, he finds out that Bronn is under investigation himself. He can't get in touch with Bronn, not Jaime, Tyrion. And he says to Podrick, just say, have my brother Jaime come here, and then you got to get the hell out of here, because otherwise they're going to...
I don't want you dying on my account.
Yeah, and they're going to kill you. And
I don't want to see your head
Yeah.
there as they're bringing me up to execute me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, and then it's a very heartfelt moment. Pod's upset, and then he's like, there's never been a finer squire. And then Podrick leaves.
Really loves Tyrion, that guy.
Yeah. Hey, got him laid.
I think that's the only reason why. Like,
he says that. Hey, you got me laid, big guy. Appreciate it.
You help spread the word.
No worries, mate.
Spread the pod word. Spread the podcast.
I'm going to start something. I'm going to go out. I'm not going to squire anymore. I'm going to hit something called the internet. Start casting.
Man, has anyone done
podcasting?
A podcast?
Whoa.
Has anyone stolen that podcast pod?
What do you talk about? You just talk about
just pod. It's
him,
nonstop
his
pod.
sexual
You come up with fan fiction for pod. You discuss other stories about pod's history. Just go pod
people.
Crazy. Pod mania. Pod people.
It's podtastic.
Poderific. Smoking pod.
What then happens?
So then we get to the Wildling Attack.
Oh, damn.
So, we have, the potato lovers.
the most, sitcom-y village that exists in Westeros.
Which was immediately...
Oh, your mother's cooking potatoes again.
Immediately canceled.
Oh, man. I couldn't believe it. I knew someone was going to get shot. When I saw that, there's like a close-up of the kid looking up at the dad, I was like, someone's about to get killed here, and I thought it was going to be the kid.
It was so fast.
I thought it was going to be the kid, too.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that was
like, everything's great. Instant calamity.
Originally the writers and the director were not going to kill those people, but they just hated where that scene was going, so they said, you know what, just end it.
They had a test screening, and as it went on, everyone was just hitting the red light. No.
Every time you want someone to get shot with an arrow through the eye, hit this button.
There's one guy who just hits it all the time.
Yes, I like arrows. Hit the button! Batman's just there watching, shaking his head.
They killed his parents.
He watched his parents die right in front of him. He starts having flashbacks. He goes insane. He starts ripping Thens in half. He just starts bone crunching assault.
Takes that kid in as a young ward.
The new Robin. Look, the kid starts crying. Oh, I forgot that scene opens up with Oberyn with just a close-up of an ass.
Yes.
That was good.
You go from
and I honestly
Sam
was
turning
like,
around, cut to an ass, which is a bit bewildering.
Oh man, Batman was in the wrong room if he wanted to spy on people. It was so funny because I honestly was like, please be a woman's ass. A close up of that guy. It could have been just a close up of that guy's ass.
It could have been.
Who knows?
You got
or
every
it's
world
like
here.
It's like they pan up and you see it's just the close up just goes right up to Oberyn's face and he just winks at the camera. It's his ass. You like my ass? Your pretty ass will sag. Anyway.
So in the Wildling Attack, the kid, he was whispering to the kid, he's like,
oh, yeah,
eat your parents. You know where the castle is, right? Go tell them what we've done or where we're going or something. I thought they were doing that because they were going to follow him or track him or something, right?
Yeah, you were going, while that scene was happening, you're going, they don't know where Castle Black is?
No, that was Boss.
Oh, Boss said that. Oh, yeah. But then he says, it's just for sport. Basically, that guy is just trying to spice it up a bit, I guess.
Right.
Because there's no real purpose for that.
And he likes to traumatize
Because
kids.
now they know that they're coming, and then they're going to try and fortify themselves. But I guess he just doesn't care. He's a crazy, man-eating Then.
Mm-hmm. And then you get the scene then of these two guys who were at Casterly's camp who mutinied. They come... Craster. They come crawling back.
Yeah.
And...
well, they weren't... Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought you were saying they come... Yeah, they always come crawling back. Like they were mutineers. No, but they were held captive there. and they come back.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're welcome. They're a welcome sight. Yeah, and they know that they're staying at Craster's place there, and then Jon Snow's like, whoa, hold the phone.
Put the phone on hold.
Take a message. Something came up. Yes.
Let's hear it.
And then Jon
What is it,
Snow's
Snow?
like, what is it, boy? Jon Snow is like, oh, snap. I told Mance Rayder.
We have to leave home now.
I told Mance Rayder that there's at least 1,000 of us here. And those guys at Craster's, they know that I'm full of crap. So if...
After they're done biting their fingers off,
they're gonna
start
spill the
squealing,
beans.
Squealing like a canary, dude. Man.
we gotta kill him.
And then the guy who hates Snow is like...
Yeah, but it was weird because there's another guy that hates Snow now that we saw previously, Janos Slint, I think that guy's name is, and then the other guy who first hated Snow, before it was cool to do, like the other guy, I was agreeing with him like the entire time. It was hard because I was like, I liked this guy this episode.
Right.
Because, he was being like sensible and rational. He wasn't just like being an asshole and just hating on Jon Snow the whole time. So but basically now they have to go to Craster's Keep and fight and kill these guys that were their former brothers before the Wildlings find them and find out from them after they torture them that there's only 100 people at Castle Black and they can just crush them.
They just don't know it yet.
That didn't happen in the book though, right? Do you remember? I'm having so much trouble remembering details from because now it was like
happened,
years
but...
ago that I read this now.
Yeah, what happened in the book I remember is... Well, see, I can't...
That doesn't happen. They don't go out to Craster's Keep then to kill those guys because of that. That's something
so
that's
I don't even know if that's
specific to the show, I
anything.
think.
They're rearranging it in such a way that it's hard to remember.
Yeah, but which is good. I like it, but it's just I'm trying to remember if that happened because there's things apparently that I was forgetting from the book, so...
Definitely. It's tough.
Absolutely.
And then I guess the final part was Daenerys.
Oh, yeah, I love that scene.
You see a great shot of Marine.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And they did it perfectly. That's how I picture these massive, beautiful pyramids. And
the harpy at the top.
Yeah, these gargantuan statues. And I love, they open the door and there's little blips coming out and this is tiny horse. And you see these statues have to be like 500 feet tall or something, like ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's like a wonder of the world. How do they even fucking build this thing? Yeah, and you see this little horse rider come out of this little sliver of light.
So that was the scene from last season. I was getting confused with Fat Belwas.
I can't remember sure though.
Unless it happened at another city, but they saved it in the show for this part.
Maybe, but basically what happens is...
they send out a writer who does his display where he's shouting and yelling. He pisses
display is
to
mating
the tip
display.
of his dick, pissing.
I don't know why we needed that.
I don't know.
The guys are like, oh no, it's got to be detailed. We got to have a dick tip in here.
Yeah, and so
then... I want to see flow coming out of the tip.
Get Jack on that. He's an expert at it.
Jack!
Prosthetic house. Ring. Hello.
Jack speaking.
We need a prosthetic penis.
Come on, what? Why?
You're fired.
You hang up. Then you say well, that was a great improv sketch.
I couldn't think of anything.
Moving on.
So Daenerys, in response to the pissing, squats and does a piss of her. No. Dario. Naharis, not chin guy, beard guy now.
Yeah.
Even though tons of other people have beards,
No,
he's
but now
beard
he's
guy.
beard guy.
This guy's beard guy.
And better beards.
Yeah,
And,
Tormund Giantsbane is definitely a beard guy,
He
but
should be beard guy, but he's
no,
ginger
but
guy.
his name is too cool. Tormund Giantsbane.
Right.
Come on, we're not calling him.
That's
beard
why he's
guy.
taking out people left and right. He's used to only fighting giants. These are like wimpy little townsfolk.
You'd think that would almost screw him up. He'd keep like slicing over their heads. He keeps on going too high. He's just trying to aim for the shins doing that, but he's like, oh, he keeps missing people wildly. Gets murdered instantly. Come on, Tormund, get it together, man.
Idiot, stupid! He was right there, she's watching!
Come on, you bloody ginger, get your head in the game.
God. So anyway, what I loved about the Mirren scene is the horse rider apparently has a guy who carries his lance, and he's like running behind. How far was that guy running after he left the city?
So the guy comes out, he pisses, and then he's alone.
Yeah.
And then there's Daenerys is talking for like 5 minutes to Grey Worm, to all these people. They're trying to find out like, okay, who's going to be my champion before settling on Dario there. Then when you turn around, there's a guy coming up with the big lance. But that's like It's like a 20-minute
Yeah, I imagine
like, walk.
He had to leave before the horse, and then the horse came. Horse ran by him. He's still running for another 5 mintes, and finally he gets there.
Yeah, that was so funny.
And then he has to run back just in case he loses, because
Jesus Christ, I gotta get out of here. It's like a marathon to get back.
And then a few confusing things happen here. The guy, charges at him. It was cool, but it confused me. The guy's charging right at him. He takes out like a throwing sharp thing.
Well, Dario's like playing it super cool. He's just standing there. Everybody else is like, Khaleesi is like, hey, what the hell's going on here? Why isn't this guy doing anything? Then he just coolly pulls out his dagger, kisses the tit of it, and then...
The tit?
Yeah, he kisses the tit. It's like a sculpture of like a woman on there. Did you ever see those things?
No.
Oh, yeah, no. It's like a harpy or something on there, like a female figure. So he kisses it, and then he throws it in the horse's eye, into the head of the horse. The horse topples over. The guy starts rolling in front of him. He just cuts his face off.
Yeah, so I don't understand what that guy thought was going to... The attack was so blatant.
Well, normally, like cavalry against footmen, cavalry is going to crush him. Like advantage horsemen. So I guess that was the thinking here. Okay, and they kind of set that up to Daenerys as like, don't you want a horse? This guy's going to run you down.
Right. But the thing that really confused me is then they shoot arrows and it all lands in front of them. Was they trying to... What was that about?
I think they were like, oh man, we're going to get back. They killed our champion. Fire some arrows at them. Get them. But they missed. They're too far away. They're just out of range. I think it just emphasized like these guys.
Is that what it is? Because I find that really stupid.
I don't know. That was my guess. So I don't know why the hell it was stupid. I don't know why the hell else. I
thought it would have to be like
why? What other reason? I thought they were trying to attack. Let's attack them now, but they were out of range. Like they could. The arrows were out of range, and it just highlights like the weakness of Marine.
All right, I saw it more. That doesn't make sense to me. I saw it more as like, okay, we have archers fire in front of them to let them know we mean business. So if they come closer, we're going to fire. That's all.
That's stupid. That's just
well, that's the thing. It confused me. It seems stupid either way. I don't know if you're not one arrow. There's not one guy who could shoot just 10 feet further.
Did you see how far away it was, though? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
either way, to take like
it makes Daenerys look like more of a badass because they don't even move. The arrows go nowhere.
Right.
And then she comes in with her gigantic catapults and shoots barrels full of slave collars after her dramatic speech about, hey, I went to this city. All those slaves are now behind me free. Went to the next one. Same deal. Now it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
I also think as I was watching that, I was thinking she's talking about, I don't have commands for you or anything. You don't have to be a slave here. You can come with me, and all I ask is that you obey everything I say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the same thing, just without a collar.
Exactly.
Still like a monarch here that you have to obey.
She's offering a better situation.
Yeah, that's definitely better.
And the slaves in the city know as the guy picks up a collar.
Yeah.
It's like a brand new collar for me. Wow.
He's like looking back at the slave master, then to the collar, then to the slave master. Then he just starts trying to eat the collar.
And then there's credits, and that was the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay episode. My favorite scene was the with Joffrey there, and then Tommen and Tywin like explaining to him.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Ew, he likes rape.
No, my favorite.
You're gross.
You're gross, according to Boss.
I thought Dexter was the gross one.
Batman hates
Truth
you.
comes out.
Batman.
Why am I the gross one?
We thought.
All right. Well,
what was your other favorite gross scene, huh?
I liked how Tywin is like.
Oh wait, what did you say though? Then Dario Nahara starts pissing on the ground.
Oh yeah, he pisses on the ground, and I just imagine right behind the piss, you just see turds start falling down. Like he really had to go to the bathroom.
He had to take the next step. It's like, oh, you're gonna pee on me? Well, guess what? I'm gonna pee and poop.
We got to what Boss thought of the episode.
What did Boss think?
What did Boss think?
How's it going?
Yep, hey, we already did that.
Well, I'm kind of partial to the wildling side because I like the wildlings. I said I would be a wildling in this world, so I'm not really sad for these people. I'm more happy for the wild wings. I keep saying wild wings.
Yeah, you keep saying
wild wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know why. I know why you like the wildlings. They just make you hungry.
Maybe
because you keep thinking of Buffalo Wild Wings.
I don't know because I like Tormund and I like what's her face?
Oh, Ygritte.
Yeah. I like them.
Sure, who doesn't like
So
Ygritte?
that's why I'm pro wildling. And giants, of course.
Right.
Right, smoking and dancing giants.
So I think that kid might have deserved it. If we got the whole picture here, who took the potatoes from who is my question. Those might have been wildling potatoes.
What? Yeah, wait, what happened to the potatoes here? Well, you know what? She was like, basically, that woman was basically preparing side dishes to go with her.
To go
for
with
the
their
Thens.
wildling stew.
No, it's not wildling stew. It's non-wildling stew. It's
But I'm
Southerner stew.
pro wildling.
Yeah, but
So I'm saying
If
they
you
might
make
have been making wildling stew.
that means that there's wildlings in it.
Yeah.
What? Why would the wildlings make stew with wildlings
I'm
in
saying
it?
that's why they attacked her.
What else did you
No,
think,
I'm
boss?
saying that she's gonna be the food, so she's preparing like chopping up carrots,
Well, I'm
getting
assuming-
potatoes ready.
I'm assuming
Here's
that it
some
was
parsley
wildling
and stuff,
stew, and that's
then
why
they're
they
gonna
attacked.
use that. No, that's silly.
Absolutely.
That's dumb.
Next.
I I honestly
I'm
don't know
very
what the fuck he's
excited.
talking about.
I'm very excited about seeing the Mountain fight the Dornish guy. I think that's going to be awesome.
You think they're gonna fight?
I hope so. They're going to introduce him. Pretty sure they only know how to fight.
Well, that's if Tywin keeps his word.
Well, they can have a conversation. Well, I'm hoping that they meet and have a cool fight. And then I'm curious about where Arya's gonna go. She's probably gonna go become a super assassin. That's what I thought last season.
Batman
So-
takes her under his wing.
And
Super
like you
assassin.
said, I'm not interested in what's his face's scenes with the Wildling girl. I think they should be edited out. Except for Batman, he was cool.
Edit that out.
Edit it out. Cut it down. Cut.
Oh,
trim
and
the
I still
fat.
have no clue who killed Joffrey. I don't even have a good guess. I'm at a loss. I don't know.
Didn't they basically say
In the very first
in the
scene,
very beginning?
they kind of implied
They
who was
basically
behind
said
the
that
whole thing.
Littlefinger was behind the whole thing. He paid Sir Dantos to do all this stuff and then bring Sansa
What?
to him.
Think about the whole plan.
There's a whole speech and everything all about this kind of stuff.
Think about all the planning. Littlefinger had to be there at that moment. He had to give that guy the fake necklace. He had to get Sansa. He had to have an excuse
He
for Sansa
set up
to
the whole
leave.
relationship. He paid this guy to pretend to be he paid this guy to pretend to be like a fool and a moron and like get into this position and then have this relationship start with Sansa. He gives her this necklace which Littlefinger gave to this guy specifically to give to her. He had it made on purpose to do that. Then so that this could that all goes down with Joffrey so that he can bring Sansa to him. That's all planned.
Well, it has nothing to do with who killed Joffrey.
It has everything to do with that.
Oh wait, so he killed Joffrey
It
just so
has
he can get
everything to
Sansa.
do with who killed Joffrey.
So that he can create a distraction
He
to get
was-
Sansa.
I think
that's
there's
why
a-
he killed Joffrey. You're saying?
He's not the guy who put whatever poison in that cup.
He
but
is behind
he's
it.
the
He is the
mastermind.
master
Well, I'm
behind
saying-
the whole plan.
Isn't there
Most likely.
So the goal was to get Sansa. You're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So isn't there some other easy way to get Sansa that doesn't involve having to
But
kill
he
a
wants
king?
to kill Joffrey.
Okay.
He wanted to do that.
All right.
Littlefinger was
guess.
established as not a good person.
Yeah,
He
I
wants
see that.
power. There has the whole scene in the previous season where he's talking to Varys about how he's staring at the Iron Throne. Like that's where he wants to be. So he is, and you can
Him?
see that he rivals Varys.
King Littlefinger? That's just ridiculous.
Well, it'd be King Baelish, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be Peter Baelish, King Baelish. Yeah,
It's,
No,
you
that's
know.
not what I would
King
call him.
Baelish the Horny.
Hey, King
I
Finger.
don't think he's horny though. I think he's
Nah, he's not horny.
he just knows that people are horny and he utilizes that as a business.
King Baelish, the guy who knows that people are horny and uses it to his advantage.
Yeah.
That's a long name, but it's a good
What
one.
is
It's
the
it's
best
appropriate.
trait of a king?
a
Using
long
horniness against people?
But yeah, no,
I
Littlefinger
remember
is,
King Baelish.
They established that Littlefinger is like on par with Varys because he gets the better of Varys like one or two times in the show in previous season. So he's quite clever.
All right, last observation. Do you think when these slaves take off their collars that they have huge like tan lines and pale skin where the collar was?
Probably.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's sunny here.
The end.
That's gross. You guys know I hate tan lines.
I don't know that.
I now hate slaves because they have tan lines under their collars.
So okay,
All right.
loves
Well,
cannibals,
I guess
hates
that's
slaves.
good that you hate slaves. I mean,
No, he doesn't hate
No, he hates-
slavery.
he doesn't-
He hates slaves.
yeah. Wait, hold on a second here.
What about the Unsullied?
No,
they
but
probably
that's
got
gonna
like
get cut
using
out.
they
racial
probably
epithets.
got rectangle like tan lines around their eyes.
Slaves.
Oh, contest winner from last week.
Oh, for the
The
night.
contest was to come up with an idea for a night. So the winner is drum roll.
Insert drum roll here.
No.
Am I doing it? Drum roll.
Air Bud Knight.
Who said that?
That is from Echo Argo.
Airbud.
No explanation needed. So here he is.
Okay, wow.
All right, the runner-up
I don't see it.
was Stuart Gray, who for some reason I can't see his comments. We're on our
Sorry,
phones.
Stu.
We can't find it. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the reason he was runner-up is because I didn't really understand a word he was saying. But here's a drawing of something. Enjoy that. Could be anything.
Hope you like that.
All right. Jaime made it to King's Landing in Book 3 immediately after Joffrey died from Philip Hughes. That's true. Kwame West? Kwame West says, I swear y'all have one of the best review shows. The Dantos Terminator impression had me crying. Thank you. You remember that?
Nope.
It's like, Sansa, we have to get out of here. Come with me if you want to leave.
Yeah, that was good.
Vank73, Khal Drogo returns. He's the stallion who mounts the curled fist his own.
Mounts his own fist? He fisting himself?
People have known how to make soap for a long time using lye and animal fats.
What is that? What are we talking about here?
Because he asked about how to do the shaving cream.
Oh, yeah. See, the problem is I forget what we talk about, then we read these comments a week later. I'm so confused.
So shaving cream could just be the lather from this soap. I assume that Theon was walking funny because of his groin injury.
Oh, yeah, true.
I can't imagine that being very...
Yes.
Didn't think about that. He's one because he has a big gash between his legs.
Yeah, really. I can't imagine that being very comfortable, especially if it's not fully healed. I agree with Boss about Joffrey. He was the monster that everyone hated for various reasons, and now he's gone. We can only hope that there will be a villain as good as he was. His acting was incredible, and I know that's a big part of it. Goodbye, Joffrey. We love to hate you. We know that Littlefinger was headed to the Vale to woo Lady Arryn. I hope that's not the last we've seen of him. He loves no one and can't be trusted. Prime villain material.
And now here we go.
Yeah, so there you go.
You got your wish, Vank. Littlefinger's back. That's how he should have said it.
Sean
When
Mason.
Sansa gets up to the boat, he's like, I'm back.
This is in regards to when we were talking about the visions that Bran was having. Sean Mason says, I'm pretty sure the throne scene is from Daenerys' vision from the House of the Undying in Season 2. And I think it was snow. Remember? I said I thought it was ash. You said it thought it was snow.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was snow, and you said ash. Yeah, yeah.
No, but I thought it could go either way.
Yeah, no, it was confusing. I just couldn't believe that I didn't assume it was ash, because that would have made the most logical sense, because you see the dragon flying over.
Right.
But yeah.
He's saying that's a clip from Daenerys' visions.
Oh, probably.
So they were just reusing and recycling, so yeah, that makes sense. And then Sean Mason also says, Dull Razor and House Bolton. I guess we had mentioned House
I didn't realize.
Our blades,
I think I said something about, I don't know, the razor being dull, but I didn't know.
Yeah, look, okay.
Look, nerd.
God. Getting all up on our ass.
Sean Mason, I didn't know that their thing was our blades are sharp.
Unbelievable.
I apologize.
Claire Gray, live
pay
from Upper
attention to
Ramsbottom. News just in. In relation to the night competition, Mr. G reports as saying, they stole all my night ideas, every last one of them. Also, boss, seaweed has a natural foaming agent. Claire out. Remember where we were going through all the different nights?
I didn't know that, Claire.
One was a
Thank
seaweed
you.
night,
No.
and he's
Never
just
mind.
foaming all the time.
Thank you, Claire.
I went to a bar in Upper Ramsbottom once. Good.
Oh, yeah?
Were you sore?
No, it was.
Claire Gray, once again. No, there's one final thing. The nursery rhyme you were reaching for was, sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing, what a tasty dish it was to lay before the king. Remember I was saying last
Right.
week, I was thinking
yeah.
of something.
We were doing the 3 Men in a Tub thing. I was looking.
That's still disturbing.
I was looking up nursery rhymes just to see if there were any other dirty ones.
Yeah, what's the one you said? My Little Pussy?
Yeah, something. I love my
yeah.
little pussy or something like that.
I love my little pussy,
probably
so
about-
hairless and pure. What?
It's just a little cute little
Nice
kitten.
and tight little pussy. This isn't
Well,
even...
Once you say tight, then it stops being
Well,
a cat.
that's what I mean. Who wrote this? It leaves very little to the imagination. This nursery rhyme.
All right, so take care.
Goodbye.
Enjoy yourselves, and tell other people about us. Make this
And
worth
make
our
sure
while.
you tell the world. When you tell other people about it, say that you like us.
Yeah.
Say where to find
Don't
us.
say- Yeah. Oh yeah, these guys, bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
I get that enough in my regular life.
You know, these guys don't watch your channel.
Say, give these guys a chance. See if you like
Right.
it. If not,
Yeah.
don't worry
If
about
you
it.
care,
Don't worry
share.
about it.
Right.
Don't
If you
worry
care,
about
share.
it. All
Help
right.
us help you.
Oxnard out.
Help us. Goodbye.
Out.